and then he realized like his friends were telling.
Ustream just stopped our recording for some reason. All right.
Man, probably.
The fucking man.
Okay, now it's back on it. Right.
The man, ladies and gentlemen. Refresh your browsers, people. The man apparently was just fucking our ass.
That's crazy. Like, it just went off air, and then everything came back on by itself.
Yeah, he took it with his friends because he wanted to be a downer because they were all taking
Yeah,
it.
this is you told me the story.
And he would smoke. He's like, oh, fuck it. But he didn't feel anything. So he's like, all right. But then he didn't want to like be the one left out. So he's like, fuck it, I'll smoke with you guys. He would pass it, and he was like, take some. And then he realized he could, for the first time in like years and years, he could actually sit there without his legs and arms like cramping
What about
up.
Sean Rouse?
Maybe it could help him. I don't know. There's no way that guy does not smoke pot.
No.
No.
Doug doesn't. Doug doesn't smoke weed. You would think that Doug would smoke weed. Stanhope does not like weed.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he's done. I've done mushrooms with Stanhope. We did DMT. Stanhope
not weed, huh?
He'll go to other dimensions.
Why doesn't he do pot?
But he doesn't like pot. Makes him paranoid. He doesn't like the.
I understand that. There's negative side effects of everything for everybody.
Well,
That's normal,
I think
right?
what the paranoia that pot gives you is really, it's almost like the opposite of alcohol. Because alcohol makes you look through a tube. Alcohol, you're like looking at the world through a woo tube.
Sure, right,
You're not seeing. But marijuana is the opposite. Marijuana like releases your blinders.
Yeah.
I see it in front of me, Brian.
It went off and back on for
Yeah.
a second. It blipped.
Did it?
Yeah, just so you guys know, it's not me fucking it up. Ustream's just fucking up right now.
If you can't see Redban,
You
he's
can't.
actually
Here, I'll
sticking
put
his
my hands
cock
right
into the
here.
computer trying to fuck it.
Listen, you can't blame Brian, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be mean. This is difficult to figure all this stupid shit out. Ultimately, I would love to have this on my website, on joerogan.net, but right now I don't think the technology is available. It's not quite ready. But this is ideally the best way to do a show. You know, this is way more fun than doing some show that's on television that nobody gives a shit about. You know, I mean, we can do whatever the fuck we want. You don't have to look at it. I don't want anything from you. You know, no one's getting paid.
Yeah,
It's just
right,
for a
right.
goof. Just for fun. You know, and you have interesting people over and you talk. Right? I mean, like, how many times have you done... What's the matter, Brian?
They're all blaming me, so I'm going to keep my hands up.
He didn't do anything.
Yeah, Brian.
You realized that for another 40
I rate
seconds.
Brian
How
on
many
this
times-
and the Conan situation.
How many times have you done, like, a talk show and it's like, you prepare for it, it's like a big deal, and then you sit down and you talk to someone for like 7 minutes, and you're like, I didn't even say anything. You know,
Yeah.
we didn't even get to talk about anything. I mean, I had a few topics that I kind of got out of the way a little bit,
Yeah.
but barely said anything. And then...
And every one of those shows are set up for that reason, that it's just nothing. You just leave there going, that was nothing. I didn't
Yeah.
say anything. I didn't even...
Yeah, and then
I
everybody
said
goes, that
7
was a
wor-
great appearance. And you go,
You're
oh,
like, I
thank
said
you.
2 words. It's like
Thank you.
if you're on
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler's show,
Yeah.
those guys on there say like 4 or 5 words.
That's it.
And then you're done.
Yeah.
And then they're done.
Yeah, it's real weird.
And then people go, oh, you were great on the show.
But that's what
I
they
said
want.
3
They want
words.
a short attention span, bing bang, see this guy real quick. But I mean, but that's the if you want to go for like the average, you know, just a shot in the dark with people. That's what you should give them. You should give them the shortest, quickest little things as fast as you can, so they don't lose interest.
Just some
But at
over
the
and
end of
over
the
again.
day, do you want the people that lose interest that easy to pay attention to you? You
No.
don't.
No,
you
at
have
fir-
to
yeah, at
get
first-
them because you're doing a numbers game.
Yeah.
No, but
advertising.
then again, I mean, how many times have you seen a YouTube clip and you start to open it up, you see 9.5 minutes, you're like, fuck it, I don't
that's
even want to
true.
start. You know, we're all those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a YouTube clip is totally different than something like this. You know, this is like cool because you could throw this on at work, you know, and you're doing some boring fucking thing at work. You could throw this on and watch it while you do it and just enjoy a bunch of people hanging around talking. I like doing that.
Yeah.
I like watching fucking Soulja Boy. You know who Soulja Boy is?
Yeah.
I like watching him. You know
I
why I
like-
like
I like
watching
wa-
him?
why?
Because he's having a good time.
I like watching that girl on the train. Do you see that video? The girl on the train harshly singing Soulja Boy at some old lady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah,
black
yeah.
people. Just not, that has nothing to do with the story, but they all happen to be black. Did you see that? That was the fucking greatest
great.
video. And then somebody put the subtitles
Yeah.
to understand what she was saying. It was so great.
I like watching that kid. You know why? Because he's like 19 years old. He's worth some fucking insane amount of
yeah.
money. He's got diamonds all over his body. He's tattooed
awesome.
himself. Tattooed his fucking face. Tattooed his neck, his arms, his chest, everything. And every video that I watch,
Yeah.
he's talking shit, dancing, and freestyle rapping, talking about haters, talking about all the girls he's fucking, talking about how much money he has, and how pretty he is. I enjoy the fuck out of it. I really do. To me, it's entertaining as shit, man.
I wish there was some type of program that would follow your brain, like so you can look at everything you searched in one evening.
That's next, dude. That's going to be the next Twitter.
Weird.
The next Twitter is
just
you're
shows
going to be able
you,
to show people what you're thinking and watching.
Yeah.
Well, you could search.
Well, I somehow went from I started looking up fights or something on YouTube, and then I found the fight scene from the movie Bodyguard from way back in the 80s. Somehow my brain got from there to where I was watching a Riding Dirty, the song, all cut to Star Trek Wrath of Khan. So it was all clips. So Khan was riding dirty, and I don't know how my brain even how did I even get there?
You're right. I love to see
the progression.
How you took it back.
I'm gonna watch this clip of something. Conan said something funny to Leno, and then you clip that, and the next thing you know, I'm on Soldier Boy on and you had a wonderful time though.
I go on YouTube rides and I go on porn rides too. Where, you start out normal, and next thing you know, it's big dicks and Asians, blowjobs. You get real specific.
Yeah, and then you're typing stuff. That's what's wrecked my porn.
That's your first video you watch that night. It's just a girl with big tits blowing somebody.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of hot.
And then how did I get to girls that work at Kinko's that
slapping in the face and horrifying ass fucking.
Yeah.
That's really kind of one of the craziest things about porn on the internet. Like, you could just, anybody from their computer directly goes to it. There's no stopping it. You can go right to a dick going in an asshole.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay. You don't have to subscribe.
I think that's what desensitized people to it so much in the last few years.
Well, they say girls are taken in the ass all the time now.
Well, I saw on one of the porn sites they had like a comments section underneath the thing. So where people are complaining about, that girl looks beat on, that girl. And maybe because I'm older, like whatever happened to just being excited you're seeing porn.
Yeah.
Now now we're so desensitized. I'm gonna judge that chick.
You can't
she's not.
Porn,
Wait a minute. Everybody always judges chicks. These are professional hot chicks.
I know, but the old days,
porn. You're just happy to see porn.
They're having sex. We can see it.
Now I'm gonna judge
even back in the 80s, I had my favorites.
Yeah,
fuck
Misty
yeah.
It's weird for me now because I can't do professional porn anymore. I have to have it amateur. I have to have it on a cell phone. I have to have it I have to have it fake. If I see a flashbulb go off in the room, I'm like, fuck this. I need to know.
I like the flashbulbs.
It
takes me out of it.
It stimulates you. You're feeling like this is really two people that like each other.
Or just are having real sex. I mean, you look at these porn. It's just like the chick's just like looking at her watch. I'm like,
there's a porn site for people who like each other.
People who like each other doing it. Just numb.
Yeah.
Her pussy just beat the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't want to.
There's a whole old genre of porn that's
couples porn.
People like each other, and it's not all you like that. It's a little bit.
No,
and the girls are hot.
I want girls to be fucked. I just want to know that they're getting fucked.
Are you a voyeur, Brian?
What?
Generally, are you like a voyeur?
No, not really. I just want to know, like, it's real.
Yeah,
she's
going on.
Fucking
it's amazing how many girls are getting spit on and slapped in the face. There's a lot of that, man.
I love it.
You like that?
You do?
I like doing it. I don't like watching it.
I don't like that.
I found her in San Diego. I didn't expect to love it, but I fucking loved it.
Tell the story, please.
She's like, hit me. I was like, all right. She goes, come on, hit me. And I was like, all right. And by the end, I was fucking boom with the follow through on the backhand.
Oh my god.
Like hard. And she was into it. It was so fucking awesome.
How bad you hurt her face?
Fuck that.
She took it. I don't know. She didn't bleed. Didn't open her up.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't you be paranoid that
that's what I would think too.
That the girl would then go, oh, thanks. Yeah, this guy just knocked me around and
you gotta think if a chick's so crazy she wants you to beat her up.
She could easily
go
to the police.
Yeah, and then what are you gonna say? She wanted? I mean,
I'm like, also you should look at her ass because that is fucking red.
Well, rape is a horrible, terrible thing, but so is pretending you've been raped. I mean, how many people have heard stories about a girl gets mad at a guy and just decides to tell people that he raped her?
I had a friend who worked. He played for the Detroit Lions when I was in Detroit, and that happened to him. He was with two girls back at his place. Super nice guy. The one girl jokingly said, you know what we could do is we could say that you raped us, and how much money would we get? And they were like, she said it as a joke. Yeah. So immediately said, let's go. Knocked on his neighbor's door and said, hey, whatever. Meet my two friends. So he'd have one other person to see their condition when they left.
Wow.
So they couldn't then make up this story. Wow. Then I had another famous friend. He would, every time he'd hook up with a girl in a room, he was like way famous. He'd go to the front desk girl. He'd walk out that girl. And whoever was there, he would stop, So that girl would talk to that person. So there was one other person that she didn't run out all disheveled like what just happened to me.
Wow.
Just as a backup.
Because you obviously just want to go to bed and be like, see you later.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't know that girl, so
well,
you always
gotta
have to
think. To a lot. I mean, to a lot of people that are like famous, like some famous rock star or something like that.
Yeah.
That person is like it's so unfair. Their situation, it's so unfair how much more they have.
Yeah.
How much
People
more
like,
money,
I want
how much better their life is. It's so unfair that people feel like you owe them something, like you got an unfair amount. So they'll try to take from you. So there's a lot of people that don't even feel bad about like fake lawsuits. They don't even feel bad. They feel like they're gonna.
They're like, oh, the rich, F the rich, man,
Yeah.
fuck the rich. They
Yeah.
got. And
how'd you make that money? Someone got fucked over.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
Paparazzis
think
are
like
the worst
that.
at that, man. Oh, he just run over my foot. Did you see that
Yeah.
thing the other day? And they like played back the video, and he didn't even get hit by the car, and he was just trying.
Hey, couldn't the paparazzis I always think of like have some kind of thing where you hit one button and you zap all the electronic computers that are around you.
Yeah.
They have this spray that they have this
Right?
spray.
And you just go like,
You know what? The paparazzis, it's the same thing. They're just a bunch of people that are making a living doing something negative, and they don't need to do that. They
But
can
it's
do something
also
else.
sort of negative because a lot of times they call those people and say,
Yes.
I'll be at the Ivy,
Absolutely.
come meet me out front.
Right,
take
and
pictures."
go after them. There's a lot of people that like it. But when you're like chasing someone and someone's all upset with you, like they got their kids or something, like Dr. Drew. By the way, we were talking about Dr. Drew. I think his stance on pot is retarded, but he's a really nice guy. I've done his show, the Loveline show, and I've met him a bunch of times. He's a really cool guy, and he told me that he was in Hawaii, and the fucking paparazzi were taking pictures of his kids, him and his kids. Yeah,
Just
he
in case
freaked
it's
out.
worth something.
Well, it was worth something. They make money, man.
Oh, yeah.
If you get a juicy picture,
Tom
you can make
Cruise's
some
kids are on
mad loot.
TMZ all the
How
time.
about that picture of John Travolta kissing that dude?
Yeah.
Somebody got paid for that.
How bad was the kiss?
I saw one of the.
On the lips. Come here.
I saw one of
That
the.
was leaving.
When you freeze frame a kiss, it'll never look like a casual peck.
It's awesome. I love how John Travolta rocks a fabulous wig, and just man. In some pictures he's balding, in other pictures he's got the best head of hair ever. Wow. It's awesome.
The TMZ, I saw one of the guys who works on TMZ. One of the guys said, "We saw so and so at the airport," and I wanted to go up to him so bad with the camera and just stick it in his face and ask some dumb questions. And I probably could have sold that back to TMZ.
That's one of the things I wanted to do as a sketch. Maybe we'll do it. We'll just go fucking.
Or can the guy that does TMZ, can he handle that 15-minute show without taking a drink of water? Because he has his sippy cup that he just...
There's no way that's water. Is it water?
So dumb.
It's evil because those guys are making fun of people that are on TV, yet every one of them wants to be so famous and is enjoying all the fame they're getting from being on the show.
But that's legitimate too, because some people like the way they're bitchy. Like they wish they could be that bitchy, and they like watching them. It's like a form of entertainment.
It's a lot of what the Chelsea Handler show is too. Where
Yeah.
let's shit on people we wish we could work with.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? There's a place for that too. It's the same thing as like rich people that get upset at poor people. It's like people who are not famous. They're like, fuck him, go after Tiger Woods. Go find him. He's got $1 billion. Fuck him. Like some woman actually said this on the Jimmy Kimmel show. She was running a website where people could find people's houses. It was you would say where the celebrity is at any given moment.
Oh yeah.
You would, and
Kimmel
Jimmy Kimmel was like, "Don't you understand that there's like stalkers, or this could be dangerous?" And she goes, "Well, I'm sure that they sleep well on all their money, like on a bed full of money."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Really? Like that's how you look at it? Like you're
sure
willing to
it's
put
stabbed.
put people like especially young girls. Like how some dudes get fucking really nutty about young girls. Like they get crazy." Like that one girl that got shot. It was like when I first came to Hollywood. Some girl got shot. It was on a TV
By a
show.
stalker.
Yeah.
Wow,
People
who
don't
is this
understand
really talking
how
about?
Black hair.
She was really pretty.
Yeah.
She was like a not childhood star, but like
22-year-old star.
She became famous when she was like young, and some dude just got obsessed with her. Found out where she lived. She opened the door. He shot her in the chest.
Yeah.
Wow.
People don't understand how scary stalkers are. When I used to do radio in Detroit, this girl would send me 15, 16-page letters, not one piece of white left on the paper. So it was written sideways anyway about, I had fun going out with you, looking for houses, shit that never happened,
Right.
I heard about your secret messages, and then she went away, and then she came back, and every time I'd be in Detroit, she would leave these letters when your wife's gone, and it's just us, crazy stuff. So I went to go get a restraining order against her because she was showing up at my shows and would find out where I would be, and the judge
Did you fuck her?
No, gosh, no. But it was, nothing.
Greg was like, oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I just wanted to know.
No.
I'm just trying to figure out how far back was this?
Yeah,
How many years ago was this?
It was, it's been about 10, 15 years.
And the judge would not give
he wanted to hear her side of the story. Now, I had a stack of papers this big of her saying, she came to the radio station I worked at with some of my stuff. She goes, John left this. It was an empty can of tuna fish.
Whoa!
Junk mail and baby shoes. Right?
Whoa!
And then
so she got to your house?
Well, no, this was from her place, I guess. And then I had stacks of letters saying, I hear the secret messages that you're giving me. I will respond to them. When you say this, it means this. But when you go to file a restraining order, the judge, you get less than a paragraph to write why. You don't get to hand in any of the psycho stuff.
Oh, so you just
then he saw that, and then the guy who did it for me goes, he's a dude. He probably thinks you're a pussy that you can handle.
The judge.
Because I'm a guy and I have this girl stalker.
The judge thinks that.
Yeah, it's like you're a pussy. You're a guy. Handle the girl. Don't bring us involved. His attitude. So I couldn't file.
That was the judge's attitude?
That's what
and you know what? That was that long ago. That was before that chick got
No,
murdered.
this I tried doing this this a couple years ago.
Wow.
But it doesn't a year ago, but it doesn't apply to California. So I go through all this work, get it done in Michigan, they come out to California, doesn't mean anything. You got to refile one in California. She flies to Texas to see you, doesn't matter. Now you have to file one in Texas.
Really?
And so I couldn't imagine.
Let's not put this information on the internet.
Yeah.
Hey, you know Brittany Murphy, the actress that just died?
Yeah.
Her mom and her husband has been doing a tour to all the talk shows, and I got to catch it today on the Today Show.
Yeah.
It's how fucked up. Your daughter just died, and they're just sitting there like for no reason, not promoting anything. They weren't trying to like do anything, but just like I've seen them on like 4 different talk shows in the last
It's weird, but they do it for money, and they do it just to like the people attention or whatever, or saying something about their daughter.
The worst is like, and coming up, we have Brittany Murphy's mom, and Brittany Murphy's mom just sitting there, and she knows the camera's on. She goes, oh. Like, and it was.
Even though it's been 4 weeks, she's not crying randomly.
No. You find it on YouTube or Hulu or whatever, and it is disturbing to watch. Like it was so gross, and the husband was so.
What was the accusation? What is the?
You still don't know.
Well, isn't there like a current gossip about it?
They were saying it was drugs, but then they said.
I think she said
so it wasn't.
It was like diabetes or something like that.
I think it was just
also involved.
Some shit happened when she was young. I don't think it was a weird situation at all.
Really?
Yeah.
It just came up. She's showering.
Everybody's talking about heroin and all that jazz. That's all bullshit.
No.
They still don't know yet. But that's kind of weird that they still don't know.
Well, isn't it kind of weird?
Away.
But isn't it kind of weird that the husband did want an autopsy?
Yes.
You'd think.
I think that's very fucking
Man,
weird.
if a 30-year-old person dies, you want to know what the fuck happened.
They're not Jewish, are they?
He doesn't look Jewish.
Why?
It's against religion.
It's against religion.
Yeah, but you also eat bacon.
That's a quick body. What?
Damn, but what happens if you murder a Jew, though? That's fucking crazy. That makes it easy to murder you guys.
No. No.
Shit.
No. You're misunderstanding. You act as if you haven't thought this out. We're not going to get autopsies on our bodies. We can get them on your bodies.
Yeah, but if you're dead.
So, but if I just poison
you're
you,
dead, the cops can't give you an autopsy.
Yeah.
But because we just poisoned that, but now they're not going to know.
Like, what's all those
drinking it?
What's the marks around his neck? What? Suicide. He rear naked choked himself to death.
Yeah, it was.
Shotgun blast in the back of the head.
That's the story. I'm sticking to it.
No autopsies. I think there are certain situations where they say if they're afraid it might be like a congenitive, is that a word? Heart disease, where like the kid should know if they should get treated for it.
Congenital, I think. Right?
Then they'll allow
or congenitive?
I don't know.
But they still allow.
They'll allow for that, but not just randomly to figure out what the cause of death is. They're like, he's dead.
Yeah, but they anytime a young actress dies and there's medication around, there's a lot of money involved,
autopsies.
They will automatically do it, no matter what.
Yeah, why? Whenever somebody says don't, or I won't answer your
questions. If I
questions.
died, they'd be like, don't waste the money. Yeah.
People are like, come on, this is depressing. Change the topic.
Hey, do you guys like cats?
What do you think about Oprah? She's so generous.
Yeah.
No, paparazzi don't give a shit about me. Somebody asked me if paparazzi chased me. They would make $0 off my pictures. There's no benefit in taking pictures of me. You have to stay just under that level of fame. You have to stay in the level of fame where nobody gives a fuck. So you can still work, and you don't have to worry about your bills, and you can go out to dinner, but you don't want to. Don't get crazy.
The best. I was with Renazizi at that Vince Vaughn Wild West Comedy Tour like premiere, and then there's a party like across the street at some hip club, whatever in Hollywood, and so we leave, and all the paparazzi there waiting for Vince Vaughn and Justin Long and stuff, and Renazizi's like, "Beat it, you degenerates! You're fucking piece of shit!" He's like giving it to him, and they were like, "Hey, the guy from Punk'd." And he goes, "Oh, hey, yeah, that's me, everybody. How are
you?" Oh no, he cracked.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, you can't go to places like, who's the best at staying out of that shit? Controversial life, if you consider him, Mark Wahlberg. That guy's never in the tabloids. He's a giant movie star.
Yeah,
he stars in gigantic blockbuster movies, and yet he's never in the tabloids. That's amazing.
You know who else? And he never even does interviews. Is Nicholson.
Yeah.
He's just away from everything.
Well, they would always catch him doing something creepy. Just
a shirt off at some beach or something.
Looking like he's bloated, fucking weird. He's still like in his 70s, rocking it with 20-year-old chicks.
That's awesome.
It's really crazy. Nicholson, he'll they did some interview with him real recently where he was talking about the different dates he goes on, and that one night he'll go out with a woman that's in her 60s, and next night it's a girl who's in her 20s. Yeah. He was talking about it sexually. He was talking about friends, his acquaintances, that he has a very varied life. But, you gotta appreciate that.
Yeah.
Dude's getting 20-year-olds and he's fucking 70. That's how badass he is. That's pretty crazy, right? He's defying nature with his fame, with his ability to pretend.
It overcomes the natural order of
his
things.
His ability to pretend and his money have defied
He should be
nature.
done. In a natural world, he's done with sex. That's not...
Yeah, well, especially...
Maybe he finds a companion his age.
Especially if there was no Viagra.
Yeah.
If there's no Viagra, that would take a lot of dudes out of the game. A lot of lot of old rich dudes be like, what's the fucking point? But right now, they can... Brian Holtzman had to joke about that. He goes, "No, I like that because now these young whores have to fuck these old men." And he goes, "And that sperm is like paint that's been in their basement for like a year. That paint it's not a fresh product, ladies and gentlemen." He's hilarious.
It's not quite color. It's not quite color you picked out in your body.
Yeah, that's it. He's one of those dudes. There's a few dudes that over the course of doing stand-up comedy that I've always gone, how the fuck did that guy not make it? He's one of them, right?
Yeah.
He's so good, so funny. Brian Holtzman. If you're ever at the Comedy Store in L.A., that's where Brian where he works out. If you call the Comedy Store and ask when Brian Holtzman's going to be up, especially if something goes down in the news. Like, I guarantee you he's got some fucked up 5 minutes on Haiti right now. But you don't want to laugh at. You're like, oh no, but you laugh at anyway.
I had always heard about he did this thing on OJ, that it was like amazing. Like, he only did it one time. He tried to do it again. And it wasn't quite as good. Just an awesome set about that. And then 9/11 happened, and Mitzi wouldn't put him on because we were closed. I guess it happened Tuesday. We were closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we opened up Friday, Saturday.
And she knew that he would get up and talk about it.
So she made the talent coordinator, called him and said, "Listen, we can't put you on. I'm sorry, but it's just she doesn't want to put you on."
He's one of those guys that would take the opinion most fucked up by default. He would automatically go after the victims and what did you do wrong? Why were you in that building?
Yeah. What were you doing?
Who were you fucking in the ass in that building? It's just like his take on it would be so fucked up.
He went on Sunday though because it's open night, and he did about 50 to 55 minutes, and it was maybe one of the best sets I've ever seen. Stand-up was there watching, and Stand-up said, "I disagree with 95% of this, but it's so fucking goddamn good."
Because he's so crazy.
His stance was "fuck the cops." He goes, "Well, they're not heroes now. Why? Because they did their job one time." He goes, "If I was one of the people jumping out of a building, I'd wait till a fucking cop was below me so I could take him out too." This is on 9/15, when everyone's like...
What do the crowds do when they see this guy?
I don't remember.
Well, how about I can beat that? You remember when that chick drowned her kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holtzman goes on stage like 3 days after this chick drowns her kids. He goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, I heard those were bad kids. I heard they never put their blocks away. They sat that close to the TV. They were always spilling their fucking milk. Those kids will not be missed." And I went, "Oh my God."
People all are like, too
I heard they were bad kids. That's one of the most brutal and funny
It's
jokes.
weird how people's brains in comedy is geared to, like, because in my brain, just, it's weird how you fall into whatever style of comedy, like, I would never even think about.
To go that way.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, his
Or I-
whole
That's what he
thinking
is.
on things. But meanwhile, he's really friendly. Like, if you talk to him, like, off stage, like, he's not a dark guy at all. He's very nice.
He used to always go get me a Coke when I was working the cover booth. I couldn't leave. He was want a Coca-Cola Classic from the back. And I was like, thanks, man. And he would go back, get it, and bring it back.
I miss that dude.
He's at the factory sometimes, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
I gotta see him sometime. I gotta find out when he's playing and go perform again. He was always so cool. So nice.
He is at the factory sometimes.
He was always such a nice guy.
Yeah.
There was one time when I got banned, where Paulie banned me for like a weekend. And Holtzman was so nice about it.
What did he say about it?
Paulie banned me for a weekend because
For what?
I got mad at him.
Because you got mad at him?
Yeah, him and Dean tried to corner me about something. And I told him he was a fucking idiot and that, he doesn't appreciate the comedians, that I'm not working for him. It's right after the Minding the Store came out. It was like he all of a sudden was running the Comedy Store. It was all of a sudden, it wasn't like just a TV show anymore. Now because the Comedy Store we've always done for free. I always, not only did I work there for free, but I donated all that when they were giving me checks. They gave me like thousands of dollars worth of checks, and I never cashed them because I always knew that they were hurting for cash. So when it came time to do their taxes, I had to donate all that money back to them.
Yeah.
And I paid for the sound system. I mean, I treated that place like it was our place. It was a place for comics to work.
The mics were cutting out, and the sound was like crackly, and Rogan bought. He's like, "Fuck it, we gotta fix this."
I got top of the line shit.
Yeah.
I went and got the top of the line CD recorder so dudes could make CDs. And I put it all in there out of my own money because just for love of the club. And then all of a sudden, Paulie's running it. I'm like, man, I ain't working for free for you. I'll do it all for your mom, but for you, no.
Huge battle now about who gets the store.
I think he won. I think Paulie won.
Yeah.
I think his brother gave up. That's what I heard.
Oh, his brothers. Out of all the years I've lived here, I think I've been in there one time.
Really?
And it's so great.
I've been in that bar area just hanging. I went with some comic, but I don't think I've ever been on stage there.
Kyle Cecil walked by yesterday, and he was like, "I think I've been here 4 times in 10 years."
It's so crazy not to go there.
My whole career has never really been performing in Los Angeles.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, but you've done sets at the Improv. I've seen you at the Improv.
Yeah, the Improv, and then I think I'm banned from the Laugh Factory.
What'd you do?
We were talking about guns, and the dude who owns it's a real pacifist. And
Jamie banned you for talking about guns?
Yeah, I was on for the next week, and then I got called and said no.
You got called. They didn't just not give you a spot.
No, I called whoever. So tomorrow was so good. Yeah, no, I got asked, and then
because you talk about guns.
Not on stage. It was off stage conversation, and I said I'm going shooting, and then he was like, "Oh wait, you have guns? That means you want to kill people." I'm like, "No, I enjoy."
Buddy, you have gun?
Yeah, I enjoy shooting them, but if they came in my house, then I kill them.
Listen, Jamie, quit worrying about what comics have in their house and
worry
more about introducing little kids to Michael Jackson. Constantly. It's like that's a way bigger problem than fucking Heffron having a locked gun in his house.
And he's not joking around. He's not joking around. Jamie was introducing these children that are in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, right? Was it Make-A-Wish or something like that?
Yeah, something
Kids
like that.
Kids that were sick. He was introducing them to Michael Jackson.
You say introducing, I say pimping. What's the difference?
Buddy,
he's not pimping. He's genius, buddy. He does not want to fuck the ass. I don't think that.
No, he didn't do anything on purpose.
I don't think Michael Jackson fucked those kids, because I think where are all the bodies? There would be not just one kid he fucked. He'd be fucking hundreds of kids.
I think he probably fucked 8 to 10.
I don't think he did. I think it's much more likely that we talked about this before, right?
Yeah.
I think it's much more likely that he's just completely fucked up and was molested when he was a kid and abused, and he grew up in the public eye, and he grew up as a baby and like being famous, and it's just he wanted to go back
huge
to
drug user and just kind of had.
I believe in the power of huge rumors, and I think those are usually true.
What about the gerbil in the ass? Do you believe that one?
I'm going to just because of that theory.
What about
when everybody points to someone and says, "Oh, they're gay"?
They always killed Mikey from Life Zero because he saw him without his makeup. You know?
Not little rumors of people like, what if Tiger got his name because
that's some retard that lives down the block from me made that one up. That rumor didn't even leave your fucking name. But the Richard Gere gerbil rumor, that rumor traveled the whole country. That's a crazy rumor.
Kurt Metzger told me he asked whatever kind of doctor that is, and he goes, "There's never been any recorded documentation of any animal up someone's butt."
But you know, somebody heard that
true.
rumor.
You can go to the internet. You can see eels coming out of girls' assholes. They're just because
that shit happens every day.
Say that?
That's what he said.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah,
nobody
That
showed
guy's
up
either
to
an
the
idiot
doctor.
or he's still on AOL.
Sorry, Kurt.
He's on Prodigy.
Yeah, he's going through Net Nanny. Like, dude, you're missing the good sights, son. You ain't never seen the eels come out of that girl's butthole?
That was really weird. They just kept coming out.
Oh!
I kept thinking it was the same one that wouldn't go
Butthole
in,
and
I was
pussy.
like,
Octopuses up their assholes. Yeah,
Yes.
man. There's some shit going into people's bodies. If you can think of it. Did you see the video of the dude who has been shooting silicone into his dick for 6 years?
Oh, no.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
no, but how delicious does his dick look?
His dick looks like a...
Delicious.
Some dude on Twitter, I don't remember your name, I apologize, but some dude on Twitter said it looked like a shaved dead rabbit. And it does! You gotta see it.
On Tosh.
I'll throw the link up for you guys, and I will. We're gonna watch it right now, but I'll throw the link up so that you guys can see it
On
too.
Tosh 2.0, it's a show on E where they talk about internet videos. They played it and they couldn't show that video,
Yeah.
so they just showed the audience's reaction. So they're all just sitting there, so all of them just ball faces.
That's funny. Okay, I can't find it. It must have been from a couple days ago. I tweet too much.
We're on 2 hours right now, Joe, just so you know.
So what, man? We're having a party here. We're not really on 2 hours. We didn't start on time. It's only 4 o'clock right now, Brian.
Oh, 4 or 5.
You fucking faker. You're saying it like you counted the time. We're on 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Well, no, I just looked at 4 or 5. It's like, it's about 2 hours.
You took a wild shot.
Sorry,
in the
I
dark,
wasn't
son.
completely accurate with the minutes.
Shut up!
Okay, I'm trying to find this dead rabbit.
How's Tonka, Brian?
I renamed him. It's Techie now.
Techie?
Techie?
Yeah.
You renamed him.
No, you can't call your cat
that's
It was
karma,
Tommy
dude.
one day, and then I...
Who's this?
Then I
New cat?
Yeah, I agree with Ari.
Well,
think that's
Names
horrible.
I
mean
think
things. In mysticism, they always say, I don't believe in it, but that's what they always say. You don't fuck with someone's name.
Yeah,
Unless
Well,
God
it was
comes
one
down,
day
gives you
it
an
was
extra
named
H.
Tonka. So,
yeah.
whatever.
You don't want to change the name of your cat.
The cat has already destroyed a keyboard.
Why?
A
How?
Logitech
How?
keyboard. He hates anything technology. If he knows this,
Technology. He's a caveman. I hate technology.
he went up to my keyboard. I started using my keyboard. He ran in. Was like, "What's that noise?" He jumps up and just starts taking his claws and ripping keys off
Really?
of it. I'm like, If I use my camera, if I turn on a camera, he sees the camera from across the room, charges me, and tries to grab the camera. I have like videos of him.
Are you
doing
considering
it.
giving it back to the adoption agency?
He's a kitten.
Yeah.
That's what they do. But it's just.
Well, it's reincarnation. Maybe that person was just like,
It's
Killed by technology.
yeah,
Yeah.
technology killed him, so he's like,
This is the plot of Ghost Dad 2. Right now.
Maybe this cat is made out of technology.
or
Nice normal guy haircut today, Brian, by the way.
What?
This is the most normal dude I've ever seen your hair.
Out of the shower.
All right, here's the. I just
nice,
put
I
it
like
up
it.
online. I just put it up online so you guys. I twittered it. The address of the dude who is injecting silicone into his dick for 6 years, and we're gonna watch it right now because it is that fucked up. It is something that you need. I just clicked on it right now, so it's loading up right now. Check this shit out. What's that music? What's the music?
Press
You
pause.
have something else open up early?
Press pause. See what it does. Yeah, it's
iTunes.
Damn, that's some gay ass music you
Yeah,
got.
I think our website. We're in the back of a website.
son.
We're getting feedback on the noise too.
Yeah, what the fuck could that be?
YouTube, right there.
No.
Baby.
Facebook?
You should turn off that YouTube.
It's the worst when you have 27 like tabs open up and you're like, that's so fucking annoying. What is that? You have to find it.
Oh, I bet it's one of these things. That's the guy's balls.
That's so fucking annoying. What is that?
Okay, let's see it here. Here we go.
Wait, turn off.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, look at that. This is
Hold on a second.
Because the underwear I'm wearing got a little indentation. So that's all that is.
seriously, why would you want?
Look at this.
Would you like to hold it?
Why would you want
We're gonna
one?
back it up. Hold on.
Oh my god.
What's this?
No. Would you like to name it though?
He's cocky about it.
Stand up.
Oh, it's real cocky. It's funny. Look at this.
I can't watch.
Look at that.
Oh my
Sometimes I refer to
god.
it as the blob.
He's been injecting silicone into his dick for 6 years.
So,
Can it get hard?
This
No.
is from.
Is that all head on
the
top?
underwear I'm
Yep.
wearing.
And then the head.
Is that all head?
Look at it.
So that's all that is. Would you like to hold it?
Would you like to touch it?
Look at him.
That's
He's-
weird.
he's
That's
laugh.
a weird laugh.
Yeah,
Crispy.
Like, how weird could he be? He's injecting silicone into his fucking dick
Yeah,
for
how
6
normal was I
years.
expecting?
I mean, look at that. That's insane.
I can't watch.
6 years of injecting silicone have left
We
me
can have a
unable to have
conversation.
penetrative
Because I'm not going to
You hear what this is saying?
have no regrets.
6 years. He's unable to have
Sometimes I
sex.
see a really young guy and I think, I'd like to fuck his ass.
Oh, he's gay.
What have you.
Oh, he's
But
Oh,
that's
he's
not
straight?
gonna
But listen,
happen.
listen.
The pleasure and the adventure and the experience that I've gotten from this is way, way, way better than the, 15 minutes of pleasure that I would get.
Look
What
at his
experience?
lips.
What has he gotten
Once in a
experience?
while.
What?
There
Just
was
people
a
seeing
pleasure
his
that I
balls
reached
and
where
his
I
dick.
could no longer stand up to pee because it would just kind of go everywhere. You know, it was difficult to control. And so I started to learn, okay, I have to sit down. But you know what? And I'll tell you about some other adjustments in a second. All
Please.
of these adjustments, though, they just add to the excitement for me because it's just another reminder, and it's part of the odyssey of all of this. You know, so I was sitting down to pee for a long time. Well, then the size got to be that when I would sit down, I'd get wet. You know, it would get dunked into the water in a lot of toilets, including my own here. And so I would have to sort of squat over the bowl, you know. I think that just the fact that people look at me and either wonder what's going on. What is that?
Yeah.
Nailed it. That's-
You know, the basic questions that people ask. Can you still have an orgasm? Things like that. I'm getting people to think, and I'm challenging their ideas of what a penis should look like.
Yeah, that's
how
what
a
you.
penis
That's,
should function. And so...
but yours is
yeah,
the
so in
only
those
penis
respects,
that does that.
I am challenging.
He's giving you a challenge, Ari.
You're challenging your brain, man, so you're not
You
thinking.
threw down the gauntlet, bitch. This is the crazy thing when
So
he
that I get
pulls it
everybody's
out.
attention.
Really
Um,
should already have that.
No. Would you like to name it, though?
I mean, this guy's like so happy to be pulling out his dick. Look at this.
Touch it. It's beautiful.
Look at that.
Weird thing, it's not even pornographic. Doesn't even really look like a penis in any way.
I mean, it really looks like
Look at
like
that.
a
This is
basketball.
From, the underwear I'm wearing. Got a
I
little
challenge you
indention.
to touch it.
He's challenging your perceptions, Ari. What the fuck,
Let's
huh?
go. Let's go fuck a horse. I'm getting tired.
How nutty is that, dude?
There's other ways you can challenge people to think.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know.
What is that when dudes like tattoo their dicks and put barbells through them? What's going on there?
They just.
I think
they're in
presentation.
pain. Presentation.
I don't.
Presentation. Like a silver platter with a cock with a spur
But
through
it
it.
still works, and there's plenty of girls that are into that.
Is there, ladies?
there has
Let's
to
take
be.
a little Twitter poll. How many girls are really into dudes with like tattoos and barbells on their dicks?
Same shit with girls put that barbell in their vaginas.
And
you
if,
like
if
that?
And if you say
Not
yes,
really.
how smelly
It
is your
makes me
pussy?
sad. The barbell and the pussy makes me sad.
I don't really like it, but I'm not
That's
bad against it.
Is there a single girl that ever has gotten a barbell in the pussy that's not a slut? Not that
how
there's
would
anything wrong with sluts. I don't say slut in any negative way. I mean a girl that's down to party. I'll say that instead. I mean, there's no prudes that get their clips pierced.
No.
You get your clip pierced, you're sending a fucking
You're
very,
sending
very
a
clear
message.
message.
Yeah. Because you can't
Although by
say,
the
I
time-
don't really do this, and the guy
Yeah.
would go, well, you have a
clearly
license
do.
plate. Yeah, you clearly do.
You have a license plate?
Yeah, you have a. That right there says you're in the. You
Yeah.
do.
You feel like your vagina will be so public
Yeah, that you
will
need to
adorn
dress it up a little bit.
Yes.
Apparently,
Just
someone's
like
saying
eyeshadow.
that's from a documentary on dicks. This the guy with the fucked up dick. It's from a documentary.
That'd be a good one to watch. Take Viagra and try to not get an erection the entire time you watch that documentary. Just every time it moves, they're like, no, and just punch yourself.
Yeah, that would be funny if you gave guys.
There's something
What
there.
if you gave guys like a really high dose of Viagra,
And then you made them watch
them watch gay porn, and
You would have to
had-
get boners.
You had
There's
girls
no way you
touching
wouldn't.
them. You had girls touching them. They weren't allowed to
No,
suck it.
dudes massaging your back.
Oh!
Yeah, that'd be way better.
Guys massaging your back. They give you Viagra and ecstasy, and they see if you get hard.
Yeah, you can't. The first guy there.
You would definitely get hard. No, there'd be no question.
Oh, so sad.
Challenge match.
Yeah, yeah, that would be a funny. I mean, we did.
Or just find somebody who's really there's no way them gays are gonna get married. I don't want that. That's not right.
Slip Viagra.
Yeah, just take one and have some guy just blowing in your ear and see what happens.
Just have some really soft boy who smells pretty rubbing your back. Slow and passionate.
And just watch
After
it.
a long day
Well, what's going on over here?
He's got oils and a feminine voice. Like, is that it? You like it there?
Yeah.
Just enough so he's submissive and feminine enough so that the dude's dick just starts getting hard. No!
A pretty boy.
Yeah.
Pretty. That's hilarious. Just whispering.
And, truck drivers,
Not even touching
they
you.
always have sore backs. Like, oh, yeah, right there, you got it. Oh, is that it right there? Okay. We'll fix you up. We'll fix you up. No worries.
I heard Bobby Kelly talking about this on Tuesday. About, like, why that was even an insult. Why faggot's even that bad. You're like, they've never done anything to me. Why is that, like, you're a fag? No, I'm not. I'll fight you to prove that I'm not a gay. It was like, what? What is the difference? But, like, yeah, if you get a little thing when some guy's touching you, it's like, whatever. Who cares?
I don't like when
so
dudes touch
it.
me because if dudes are thinking about fucking me,
Yeah.
I know how I am when I think about fucking girls, and I don't want anybody thinking about me like that.
Really?
They, when if you want to fuck somebody, you're into them, you're going after them.
Yeah,
And if
nice attention.
a dude doing that to you doesn't want to listen to the fact that you're straight, you're like, hey, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And then he keeps going after you. That's like disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean, the
It depends
worst
if
time
it's trying-
you've ever tried to go after a chick, like
Yeah.
the most clumsy in your history. Could you imagine someone doing that to you, a guy doing it to you?
Yeah.
Like you're drunk and stupid, and imagine that dude doing that to you. You'd feel so uncomfortable and gross and negative. Get me away. I don't want to get raped.
My gay friend in college used to always do that.
They would creep out dudes?
He would get aggressively homosexual.
When guys get drunk, they get crazy.
Yeah. If I was kissing another one of our friends, he's like, "What about me? I don't kiss."
There was
like,
a
all right,
comic.
Andrew, calm
There
down.
was a comic that did that. What was that guy's name? Jason something or another? He was
Stewart?
really flamboyant. Yeah, really flamboyantly gay, and he would get aggressive.
He was a cunt.
And we were all in Montreal. There was like 4 or 5 of us. I don't remember who it was talking to. I think Bobby Slayton, was one of them.
Yeah.
But he came over, and it was like the end of the night, and he was like, I'm sucking someone's dick. Is it going to be yours? And I'm like, hey, man, get the fuck out of here.
You should find a gay dude for this.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
that's
not-
you're really
there's
working
less
way
dudes
harder.
than straight dudes. I mean, think about how hard it is for a straight guy to get laid, and then think about how hard it is for a gay guy to get laid. Like, their numbers are low.
Yeah, but
You know?
such a higher percentage
In
when you find their
groups.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to Boys Town or something, you go to Santa Monica Boulevard, yeah, you're gonna get a lot there. But if you're in like Thousand Oaks looking for gay sex, that's tough action.
Yeah.
You gotta find them. You gotta go to church.
Yeah. Find them in the stall.
You gotta do something. You gotta
There's
figure out.
codes, you gotta pound on
I saw
walls.
this thing in the army in the 40s and 50s and 60s where people who grew up in small towns had never seen. They just thought they were weird for these feelings, but they didn't know. The ones who grew up in New York and LA, obviously they knew about gays. So
So
the ones
they
who grew up,
didn't
and then they
even
go
know
to the
they were
army.
gays.
All of a sudden they find other gays and they
Oh
find each
my
other, and
God.
it's like, oh,
Well, in the Army, apparently that's like a real problem, especially in the Navy when dudes are on boats. There was a dude that we knew that was going away to the Navy. His little brother was going away to the Navy. We're all sitting around eating with him, and I just, as a joke, I said, "Man, you need to learn some jiu-jitsu so you could fight off the rape on the boat, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, man, fuck that, man. That shit happens." I go, "What do you mean it happens?" I go, "Dudes really rape dudes on the boats?" He goes, "Well, it's not that big a deal." I go, "Okay, what's not that big a deal?" He goes, "Well, I've been in for a year. I only know 4 dudes." I go, "What? You know 4 dudes who've been raped by men, and you've only been in the Navy for a fucking year? Could you imagine if you knew 4 comics that got raped? You'd be like, fuck comedy, man."
people at the improv are getting raped. Well, how often? Oh, like 4 times a year.
I mean,
like,
if-
I'll never go there again.
If somebody started raping UFC commentators, I'm like, I'm going to watch that shit from my house.
Good luck,
With
Australian guy.
with 2 guns in my lap. Fuck you. What are you, crazy? 4 dudes. He was only in the Navy a year.
Wait, that it had happened over that year, or he
during
met
that
them?
year he knew
Wow.
of 4 dudes who
4
got
instances.
raped.
Wow.
I mean, how many people was he coming in contact with? Even though the Navy's gigantic, that's a big number.
Even if it's a few thousand, still.
Fuck. Do you ever come close to joining the military or anything?
Yeah, I had a recruiter show up at the grocery store I worked at. It was for the Air Force.
I thought of it.
Oh, he went to my high school, and then
How
I
old
remember
was he?
him. How old was I?
Yeah.
Like 17, 18. And then when I wrestled in high school, then this recruit, I'll never forget, saw our heavyweight and goes, "Yeah, I'm looking for John Heffron." And then this guy started laughing. He's like, "He's too small," because when I was in high school, I was maybe 5'6", 100. I think I wrestled at 105 pounds.
Okay.
So I didn't grow till after like 3 years.
105?
It was 105.
Jesus.
And then 119.
That's not even a real weight.
Is when I wrestled. I know, right?
If I find a woman who's 105 pounds, like, yeah, you're pretty small.
Yeah. Just put it
So you trying to say you would fuck John if he was 100 pounds?
I would have to see a picture.
When were you thinking about joining the military?
Same time, 17, 18, it was kind of interesting. Instead of college, I was like, fuck it, let's just go.
Yeah, I was going to go for college. Like
I was thinking National Guard. I was like, you can get
National
paid.
Guard.
You only have to put up some cones during a flood or something.
I really want to be in
Now
the
it's
Air
like
Force.
they're
I really
war.
want to fly jets.
Do you remember that's the Bush administration changed all that bullshit?
Yeah.
The National Guard used to be a safe way to not go to war.
To war, and you're helping people.
Yeah.
You're still getting the money.
Now it's
College.
active duty, and
Yeah.
they split families up, and it's
Fucked
rough.
up.
Man.
Well, even if you look at Rambo, remember it was all National Guard guys went after Rambo, and
Right.
the whole movie was making fun of these National Guard guys.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
they don't know how to do anything. Hey, I got to get back to the store.
There's a
And
dude-
now the National Guard guys are as badass as anyone else, you know?
There's a dude I do jiu-jitsu with, and he was in the Army Reserve for 20 years. And 20 days left in his 20-year tour. 20 years! 20 days left, they sent him to Iraq for a year and a half.
So if they start before your term is over, you have
They
to do
could
the
just
full.
they could just lock you in. It doesn't matter. And they could bring you back. They can
Yeah.
bring you back anytime they want. They recall you.
They're hurting so bad nowadays that I'm surprised they're not just like, oh, you're an Eagle Scout? You gotta go to fucking Iraq.
But man,
I think
there's
they're actually
no doubt about it. You
recruitment
talk to there's a lot of dudes who go over there because they think they're doing the right thing. There's a lot of dudes like Pat Tillman, dudes who join the Army and join the Navy.
yeah.
They think they're doing it to protect this great country. of ours.
Especially then in like 2001, 2002. People
But once
had
they
that
get
theory.
in, then
Yeah.
they realize you're getting fucked, and that's what happened with Pat Tillman. I mean, he was a huge critic, as was his brother, of how fucked up things are over in Iraq and Afghanistan, and you know, obviously it wound up killing him. The
Then
dude
they
got killed
killed
with
him.
friendly fire.
I remember a year ago I did a show and I got back to the hotel room and I Googled oldest age to join Army.
Really?
I was like,
You could be old as fuck, right?
nah, they
No.
bumped it
The
up
Marines,
to
you
42, 40, like
Who's the oldest?
43. But that's
Wow.
like 20 years longer than...
Now, would you be enlisted there, or would
No, you do it.
you go straight to officer corps, or what would you do?
I heard a couple things. One, they would like say I joined at 40. They give me a job and take a 19-year-old out of that job and then throw
Put
that
him in.
19-year-old on the
Office work.
line. So like the older guys is like. But I know one of my wife's friends. She's an airborne ranger. She said she has privates in her thing that are like 37, 38 years old. Privates, just. Guys that are
there's a lot of
infantry.
dudes, man, that have no fucking money and they don't have anything in their town and there's no options.
Well, like,
That's also like something to do. What's the difference?
You get taken care of for the rest of your life.
You gotta go to war. Ari's like,
Well, yeah, now it would be a major problem. I'm talking about in general. It's like, I don't know.
Well, we've been at war for 8 years, dude.
Yeah.
Other than that, since 2000, well, yeah.
Yeah, we've been at war for 8 years, man. Joining the military for the last decade has been no joke.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, what the fuck, man? It's when I was a kid, Vietnam ended when I was a little boy, and I remember thinking very clearly that, oh, this is a good thing because now there's not going to be any more war.
Sure.
Like, obviously, everybody hates war, and you're never going to go to war again. And then when I was like 21 was the first Gulf War. Me and my buddy Jimmy DiTilio, we had an apartment together in Waltham, Massachusetts.
so ethnic.
It was ethnic.
DiTilio.
two guineas hanging out in Waltham, and we're sitting in front of the TV, and the first strike happened, and they showed the missiles coming in, the bombs going off, and I was like, holy shit! And me and Jimmy watched it like we were watching a football game. We were like, dude, we're at war. Holy shit!
I remember being in college then, and the two guys I lived with were all reservists, and then they got called up. So they were probably 20, 21 years old, 22, got called up and went down to, they were going to start to help train. At the time, everybody was like, there's going to be a draft. There's going to be a draft. So we all thought, because we were at that age, we were 20, 21, we're like, holy crap, we're going.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. There was a serious talk of that.
Yeah, yeah.
So scary, man.
I remember when the first Gulf War happened, we were practicing in basketball, and it was the opening night of some high school play, and somebody came in like, the plane's bombed. But I just thought they were saying the play bombed.
Oh,
And I was like,
that's
why
hilarious.
are you breaking up our practice for that? That doesn't make sense. So,
That's
yes,
hilarious.
I'm a little happy about it. It's not.
Yeah. whole thing is so surreal. I got woken up. I don't remember who woke me up. Somebody woke me up, called me, and told me that America's under
9/11?
attack. Yeah, that's what they said. America's under attack. And I was like, what? Turn on the news. America's under attack. And we just are so removed from all the shit that goes on in the rest of the world. We are so removed from what war really is. Unless you talk to someone who's actually been over there and come back, and they have a very different opinion of it. But we're so fucking removed from it over here. When I saw that shit on TV, I was like, what? Really? Like, this isn't a movie? I was like, your heart starts beating faster. It's like, all of a sudden, this team you're on is under attack. You know? I mean, it's not you, but it's like we're all in this team together. And then you don't think about that through your day-to-day life. You could say you're happy to be an American, shit, and you believe in democracy, and I'm a Republican. But you don't really realize you're on some team until the team's attacked.
Right.
And then you're like, so dudes that did nothing, dudes who didn't know these dudes, came over and killed them just because they were living on this spot?
Yeah.
They were living in this patch of dirt, so people were killing them. I thought that was only movie shit.
My brother's over there now.
Is he?
Afghanistan. He just got called up again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go through a tour. If you sign up for the military, Dick Cheney instituted some new situation where they can just kind of keep bringing you back.
Well, he's still in active reserve, so he knew he was eventually going to get called up again.
But when they were in a situation where people had done their
awesome.
tours and they were bringing them back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Randall, Masker, how long are you going to ask the same question over and over and over again?
There's some dude asking a question over and over again.
I've seen it 10 times.
Well, you just rewarded him.
Joe, who gets more women?
Why are you reading it?
Huh?
Just rewarding him.
You know, I just...
He's
Why not? Because he's still doing it.
So... All right, we'll take.
Yeah, when people ignore you, sometimes you ever make a joke like in public and nobody laughs, and then you hear somebody like make the same joke again because they assume nobody heard them.
Oh,
and it's like,
worst.
dude, look at the response and fucking take that to mean they didn't find it funny.
It's the worst that someone thinks you weren't listening and then they say it again. Like,
yeah, one, that means it's not in the moment. That means they're trying to make this joke.
This guy says all the branches other than the army are overloaded. Actually, I believe that now. I think he's probably telling the truth. I would think that in this economy,
there's a lot. Yeah, a lot of people are. It's a lot higher than.
Look at what was it? How long? 2 years ago, New Orleans. You know, we didn't have enough people to send there.
That wasn't 2 years ago,
wasn't it?
Wasn't it a lot more than 2 years ago? When was Katrina? What year was that?
Oh, maybe it was longer.
Because that was when I first heard about Kanye West. When he was like, George Bush hates black people. I was like,
you're right. That was way longer.
That's my favorite. Was Michael Myers' reaction because he's just a Hollywood guy.
These people
he's like,
tell us.
"Oh, I do not want to be associated with it." He was just so uncomfortable.
I know. He got so. I mean, that was like one of the blackest, most dangerous things you could say.
And it was like, what? Why am I in this picture?
George Bush does not like black people.
George Bush hates black people, right?
Did he say hates or does not like?
George Bush.
Did he say hates black people?
Hates.
Yeah, I think
he said hates.
George Bush hates black people.
Yeah. You know, why is that guy still on TV? He's like
Kanye
fucking
West.
Spidey. You know?
But now he's on TV because he's a douchebag and because people are looking for him to do something wrong. His reason for being on TV has evolved. It used to be like, here's this young artist. Now it's like, this guy's such a cock. Like, have him close to the camera and he'll probably do something stupid and everybody will hate him and it'll get you a million hits on YouTube. You know, like when he took that microphone away from that girl, he'll be hated forever. But you don't do that!
What was even worse was his fake apology on Leno later. He was trying to work up tears, but he couldn't quite do it.
Oh, he's so weak. And he was just saying he's going to take a step back and he's not going to work on some show. He's going to, just shut the fuck up. My favorite is when he says, just let me be great. Just let me be great.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Doesn't care?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Thank you, our adder boy.
Yeah, hate is a very strong word. Hate might make Mike Myers flinch and pee a little.
Yeah.
Let a little dribble go. This could ruin my career. What happened to that dude?
Mike Myers?
Yeah.
He's still making. They're actually making a new Austin Powers movie right now.
Yeah, but that last movie.
Let it die.
Awful.
That last movie was death.
Horrible.
Tarantino put him in Inglourious Bastards.
And it was horrible. It was so like, why is this guy?
It was weird because he wasn't being funny. So then it's like, why would you put clearly someone who's known as a comedic actor?
I really hate him now.
So you hate Michael Myers?
Did that last movie just rubbed me the wrong way? I was like, dude, you're doing the same movie, but
but it's an Indian.
So I Married an Axe Murderer wasn't bad.
Yeah, but that
because he wasn't overdoing
7 years
it.
ago.
He was just like a little bit like.
I never saw that.
That was a great movie 10 years ago. People are asking to take a break.
Why?
Because we've been on straight for a while.
What does that mean? They can't leave the fucking screen?
They don't
want to miss
smoke
anything.
breaks when I go to the bathroom when I get up.
Well, we're gonna end soon.
Yeah, we're done. We're done
because
at
it's
5.
4:30, and I have to do some sort of an interview with some people in Australia for a gig I'm doing in Australia. I'm not trying to drop names. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing theater in Australia, taking it international style like my boy Soldier Boy. Holla.
What happened to that guy?
Soldier
That's
Boy.
not a knife. This is a knife guy.
Oh yeah.
He used to be like
Crocodile?
big.
No.
He got as
Dundee?
famous as was possible for him.
Yeah.
He didn't
Wasn't he in
underachieve at all.
commercials first?
Yes. He was huge
Yeah.
for somebody just made a reference.
Paul Hogan, right?
Yeah.
Or was that a golf?
It was either
Yeah.
Family Guy or Simpsons just made a reference about him. It's like, I want to get hugely famous like that guy from Crocodile Hunter, and then not Crocodile Hunter,
Crocodile
whatever his name-
Dundee, yeah.
Yeah, and then not famous at all like that guy from Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, how weird is that?
He was
That guy
gone.
was doing movies and shit.
Took his millions and left.
Yeah,
Is
just
that what he did? Just
guess.
bailed on Hollywood? No,
Maybe.
I think we got sick of him as a
Yeah.
country, but yet
I think people just
But he only did
decided-
2 Crocodile Dundees, and then no
then that was
other
out.
movies. Didn't try to like be in someone else's film.
Yeah, we didn't see him in a romantic comedy.
Yeah,
It
you would
was-
think
it
you
was
would have
all,
tried.
No, you're the crocodile guy.
They must have lost some money on his movie and said, fuck him.
Have you seen the preview for the new MacGruber movie? You know that MacGruber,
They
MacGyver.
make a whole movie about it?
They may have a whole movie coming out, and usually SNL
MacGyver or
movies.
MacGruber?
MacGruber, it's a take on
It's a sketch about it.
MacGyver on Saturday Night Live.
And there's a movie
They're
on it?
making a movie, and they have the new preview that just came out.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about SNL movies is that they usually always have the best parts in the preview.
Yeah.
There's not one part in this
That was
movie
funny?
that looks good. You got it. It's
Yeah.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
When you go to a preview and you just sit there and go, oh, what the fuck are they doing?
Like, why would someone like promote this?
Yeah. There's nothing worse than bad comedy, because at least bad drama is hilarious. You know, bad drama like Showgirls or something like that, those are genuinely funny movies, you know? I got some Left Behinds. They're the Rapture videos that fucking Kirk Cameron dude makes. Holy shit, are they awesome. They're so good. They're so beautifully stupid.
Watching Kirk Cameron get owned on YouTube is one of my favorite pastimes.
He's so dumb.
I
His
saw a Kirk
love
Cameron
for
movie in the
craziness.
theater.
Did you really?
The one where he was on debate team. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a group date. It was Connor Lieber and a few other people. We got driven there. I think Connor had her license. Yeah, it was a debate movie. And I remember the big climax at the end was like, because some teacher taught them in a clear move to the rest of the movie that he sounded like he was being real, but he really wasn't. And then later was like, "Were you serious about that?" He goes, "Yeah, I was."
I
That was
guarantee
it.
you Kirk Cameron loves the cock. I guarantee you he loves the cock.
Really?
There's no doubt about it. There's no way he's that crazy, gung-ho, Jesus, the rapture, no sin, no masturbation, no
think so?
lust. Fucking gay as the day is
I don't
long.
think
That's
so.
what I think.
You know, sad
I
thing
think
is
he's
religious.
fighting it with every fiber of his being, trying to stay in the straight and narrow and like girls, and meanwhile he just wants fucking cock, mouth, and
I've heard
ass.
that
Ugh.
Herschel Walker was talking about when you were doing his fight,
Uh-huh.
Strike Force, and he said that he doesn't masturbate.
Yeah, but he's crazy. Herschel Walker's got like split personality disorder.
Yes.
He
And
does
I had
what?
heard it was trauma related. I thought it was trauma related.
He said
I
that
thought
like
I
he
read
didn't remember
something
getting
about that.
his Heisman Trophy. Like he's got all these different.
But
Really?
dude, think about how many times that guy must have had concussions.
I don't know if he's a big concussion guy though.
He plays football. Everybody gets concussions playing
Yeah.
football, right?
Quarterbacks
Don't they?
get it. No, a quarterback like who's had the most will be like 8 ever. But that's quarterbacks who take
damn.
blindside hits all the time. Who is
Jesus.
standing there when somebody fucking crushes them helmet to helmet, which doesn't
Yeah,
happen as much.
but any time you get hit,
Yeah.
okay, even if you're not getting a concussion,
Just a little bit.
you're getting fucking rattled.
Yeah.
Even if you get up and you get back up, when you get smashed into by some giant dude who's
In the
running
head.
full clip, even if you don't go out, and even if you don't have a concussion where like your pupils are dilated, you got some brain damage, son. You just got jarred.
Yeah.
You know, that's reality. And when you do that shit over and over and over again, football is one of the most dangerous
I
things
saw
for guys.
Ben Roethlisberger last week. No, it wasn't Ben Roethlisberger. Was there a big quarterback? Whoever it was. Kurt Warner, who threw an interception, went to make a tackle, and then he just got blindsided. And you see him on the ground with his trainers over him, and he's like talking, but you can clearly see he's not making any sense. He's like, "No, I'm and you're like, they're like, "All right, stay."
Wow, that's nuts. happens a lot.
I got one concussion once.
Really?
I bought Danny Bonaducci hit me in the back of the head. We were sparring. And I kind of went down, but he said it was the slowest knockout ever. Like, I went to one knee, and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'm good. And then I went to the other knee. Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just going to, like, literally, I'm going to lay here for a second. Do we have time? If I can lay here? That's what I'm saying to him.
Oh, my God.
And it makes sense to you.
Long story short, the girlfriend I was dating at the time came to my apartment, goes, "You bought a VCR?" And I go, "No." She goes, "There's a Best Buy with a VCR thing over there. Whose is it?" Go over, it's my signature. Bought a VCR. This is back when people bought DVDs, though. So, like, I even bought the older VCR, and I bought it from the way home after I left the place.
Wow.
You didn't realize you bought it.
And then she goes, "What's the matter with you?" or whatever. And I go, "Well, sparring," and then she's like, "You look." And then we went to the doctors, and then I lifted up a foot, and I fell, and then and the whole thing. Yeah.
Wow. That sounds like a state of when you just wake up and somebody's like...
Well, there's been football players that said, "Do you don't remember?" Like, Trey would say he would play a whole quarter and didn't remember playing the whole...
Joe Dirksen.
Some fighter said that
Joe
the other
Dirksen
day.
fought Patrick Cote, and it was an awesome fight. Patrick Cote caught him with a big shot, had Dirksen hurt. Then Dirksen wound up taking his back and choking him out. It was fucking chaos. Great fight. And I ran into Dirksen after the fight. We were on the way to the press conference. I go, "Dude, that was a fucking awesome fight." I go, "What a come from behind victory." He goes, "I don't remember it." He goes, "I don't remember what happened." I go, "You don't remember what happened?" He goes, "No, man, he cracked me. I don't remember what happened. I didn't got his back." But this wasn't even an interview. This was just me and him backstage. I go, "You got his back, and you did the BJ Penn. You pulled the hook over the arm, trapped the arm, and you choked him out." I go, "It's beautiful, man. Wait till you see it." He's like, "I don't remember it." I'm like, wow.
That's cool.
There was that one guy you did an interview, and he goes, "I don't remember that. Never thought it was a joke."
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't remember this at all."
Yeah.
Was that against Danny?
Colin Miller against Dan Lozon.
Yeah.
He got dropped.
And he
I
really
go, "What
just
were you
did-
thinking? How badly were you hurt when he got dropped?" He goes, "I got dropped." He didn't remember it.
Yeah, when it came on, he goes, "Oh, wow, I did." Like, his reaction was so real.
Tim Sylvia, when he fought, what's his name, Randy Couture. When Tim Sylvia got cracked in the first round, he woke up going into the fourth round.
Yeah.
He didn't know what round it was. He thought the second round was the fourth round. Or he thought the fourth round was the second round.
Yeah, he was off by 2. He missed 2 rounds.
Or the fifth, I think. It might have been the fifth. Because they told him, like, this is the last round. He was like, "What, the last round?" Like, he thought it was, like, the second round. Like, he was gone.
Just erased
He
the
was
whole
fighting
thing.
on autopilot.
It's just your
Crazy.
your body trying not to die.
Dude,
you know, just
get
random nerves, just randomly throwing.
Getting blasted. I love, like, striking training. I love, like, hitting the pad and hitting the bag. And sparring with somebody you can trust is fun.
Yeah, if you can find that guy that knows 70% is 70%.
Yeah.
Not you're
Didn't some
70.
dude punch you in the face recently in your Krav Maga class?
Yeah,
and
the
knock you
same
out?
thing. That's why, like, I enjoy training. Like you
happened?
said, we're doing. Literally, I go, let's go 40% because I got some.
Right, and if people don't know, when you do, like, striking sparring, the whole deal is that you don't hit each other hard. You hit each other, like, a little bit, but you don't try to knock each other out.
Yeah,
It's just
there's
so that
nothing.
you
And so
pull the
I'm like,
punches.
and my problem is I don't get in close enough. So I told the guy, let's go 40. That way, if I do get drilled right in the face, it's not gonna. So then I throw a kick, but I'm throwing a kick at 40%, which means any little kid could grab that kick.
Yeah.
It's not going fast. So he swoops it, grabs it, and then punches as hard as he could after he catches my foot. And then I'm just I laying there and I went, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, more jiu-jitsu, because the worst thing that's gonna happen to me is somebody's gonna tap me out. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, there could be that fluke, weird.
Yeah, you get injured occasionally,
but
but
it's more of not a gentleman's sport. It's just
it's more technical.
It's more technical, and the
People
worst thing that's
also,
happened
if
is I
there's-
go like that,
yeah.
and I'm not going, man. We're
Right.
Once people
sparring,
separate
and
your
he drilled
arms,
me in
too,
the face.
they slow down.
Good guys don't hurt you. Good guys are the least you have to worry about. Like with a guy like Eddie, if he gets your arm, he's going to have full control. He's not going to pull it back and snap it. You got to worry about strong blue belts that are just starting to learn how to tap people. Those are the ones you got to worry about.
Right.
You know, or like they just real hyper aggressive and they don't know how to relax yet. Or super powerful white belts who are just learning moves.
The most you'll get is bruises all over your fucking.
Well, when you
this area.
spar somebody, especially like if I find a place wherever I'm performing, that's a better story for them.
Yeah.
Is they knocked out the comic that was.
Yeah.
That's a way better
Yeah.
story
People
than,
try to
hey, I
tap
want to
you.
work on getting inside. Do you mind if I
But then again, there's some places that you go to where people don't try to do that at all. Like when I went to Amal Easton's place in Boulder, when I moved there and I started training there, people couldn't have been nicer. Yeah. Everybody was cool. There was no assholes. There was no aggro dudes. No one trying to tap you. No one getting crazy. I mean, they were trying to tap you, but they weren't trying to hurt anybody. Yeah. They were just rolling. It's all from how cool the instructor is. If the instructor's cool, then the people are cool. Like Eddie's so friendly and so relaxed and so cool to everybody that everybody in the whole gym carries that friendly, relaxed attitude. You go to like John Jock's, the same thing. John Jock's a real nice guy, so everybody there is nice.
Eddie was so high the other day that he started talking and he went up to tangent, and then I was like, I wonder if. And then you see the other people laughing like he's gone.
He got so high, he spent the first 5 minutes of class talking about some History Channel documentary on UFOs. The first 5 minutes, like, dude, they got scientists, man. They got NASA people, man. Shit is going down.
Should we be doing sit-ups while you're talking?
Yeah. And it's like, dude, it's on the History Channel. Shit's going down. I'm like, how high are you right now?
How often do you do jiu-jitsu?
Like once to 1.5 times a week.
But you still see, I mean, even that once.
Yeah. Get you thinking about it.
I just get so mad at myself. Like, I'll go, you learn some stuff, and then you come back, and you just hold somebody going, I used to remember something. I don't remember that and then...
You try to hold them more.
You gotta, it's like
consistently. You gotta just be like, run it so many times. You know how when you just stand up and you take
a couple of weeks off, and then you try to do your act, like, how's this go? You don't even remember your bets. You have to, like, review your recordings.
I forgot a shit ton. I took an extended period off, and I forgot a shit ton. I was like, I know I can do something here. I don't have any idea.
Yeah. You forget a lot of shit. I completely forgot how to do this. There's this move to break the armbar loose called the Silverado. It's my favorite move when I was a purple belt. I completely forgot about it.
Right.
We're reviewing it the other night. I'm like, oh yeah, it's there, and that's how it goes in. I forgot how to do it, but it was like one of my favorite moves. It's weird. Jiu-jitsu, there's so many moves. That's the crazy thing about it is it's never ending.
Do you think it's not matched, right? You think a year from now, some guy would do something right
because it comes off what other people are doing.
Yeah. So then
it's off based on what you do, and then but then no one has ever thought to defend this move yet because it hasn't been invented. So once it does get invented, then you've got to have a counter.
There's this new move that dudes have been doing real recently called the Japanese necktie, and it's just come out. Like I think Aoki was the first person to do it. And
from the Peruvian.
Yeah, Japanese necktie is it's sort of like a darce. But you grab it with a gable grip, and you turn the guy's head up towards his chest, and you have your chest pinned on him. It's fucking nasty.
I hate those things.
It's one of the and it's new. It's like, how did no one know this before?
Right, yeah.
People are in this position all the time. They're trying to get the darce choke, but really there's an even better choke that's right there. It's like as soon as you lock up that gable grip and you get on top of a guy, you tuck it under, and you're bending his fucking neck towards his chest. Your chest is on top of his head. He's got no air, no blood.
Whenever we do those drills and it's those cranks, I always pretend like we have an odd number of people in the class and I don't have a partner.
No, you should do it, man. You should do it. It hurt. Yeah, but you do it anyway. You got to relax. Just let them yank your neck around.
It's such a small difference between fine and serious pain.
Yeah, but you got to get used to that. And no one's going to hurt you doing that, but it's going to be uncomfortable. But that move it's so important to learn where it comes on, because like the Japanese necktie comes on so quick.
The Peruvian necktie too. It's like you're going like this, and then you're just jumping back, and hopefully you don't go too far. But it's a spazzy move.
It's an awesome move. Peruvian necktie and Japanese necktie, both of them are the shit. They fuck you up, man. That's a terrible position to be in. I think the Japanese neckties Peruvian's pretty badass too. And the Peruvian, you got your weight on top of them always. The Japanese necktie, you're kind of like on the side and hooking it, but it doesn't matter. It's so good. It's such a powerful move like that. I think we're done.
Do you agree, Brian? All right.
I was just thinking of Japanese people. I'm like, have I ever seen a Japanese guy wear a necktie?
Okay. Sure you have. Well, what about that fucking Japanese video game? That video that you posted, maybe we should end with that, because that is the most bizarre fucking thing I think I've ever seen on the internet.
Yeah, that shit's funny.
There's some crazy Japanese video game that's like these two muscle-bound gay guys wearing diapers, and they're a human bicycle, and they're riding down the road, and they're getting chased, and I mean, it is one of the gayest, weirdest things.
Japanese lead the league in weirdness.
God, they're so strange. Do you know, for people who don't know, there's you can go to vending machines in Japan, you can buy used panties. Like, that's real. Yeah, you go places, they sell used panties.
Why couldn't we open one of those there?
Yeah.
Could you open one of those here? Just all you have to do is get a girl to put it on real quick, throw it in a bag, and then it's...
I think you have to have enough people that are
because I think maybe because
you should have different levels. You should have different levels. One, the girl wears it all day. That's the primo. She doesn't change her panties all day.
No shower in the morning.
No shower. She goes to the gym, and you get those stinky, sweaty, funky moose knuckle underwears.
I think you missed an opportunity for the Joe Rogan fanny pack.
I'm gonna make them
line, and I was already thinking about your fashion show.
I'm making fanny packs,
and then have used panties.
Well, like we'll call them like Rogan. I mean, you could probably get it so instead of its fanny pack, it's you're wearing a I mean, there's some huge like
people
skulls and just
people think I'm kidding about the fanny pack thing. You see me at the airport, I always have one of those things.
You should shape a fanny pack like a skull, like a three-dimensional skull.
You can get a little crazy with it. It doesn't. It's overhead compartment for your junk. You know.
You're saying the sky's the limit on fanny packs.
They're so.
I mean, they're really. It's a huge opening.
To wear, and so comfortable, so useful. Fanny pack's the shit.
Okay.
And then I could see fighters entering. Well, that'd be a little bit of a thing, but sponsored by.
Here's a good question. And after seeing the Jew clam, what's going to shock us? Well, this video we're going to show you is not as shocking as the Jew clam.
This is actually.
I got to pee. Goodbye, everybody.
This is actually funny. So.
Ari's going to pee.
Here, we'll turn off the webcam now and check it out.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for another fun Ustream podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. John Heffron needs more Twitter followers, people. It's at John Heffron, Heffron with 2 Fs. And we love you, bitches. Thanks for tuning in.
Have you seen this, John?
Look at the baby son, like Teletubbies.
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, everybody.